ప్రభుజీని అడుగు.
Anantha, go ahead, start.
Prabhuji, can you give co-host?
Oh, I took it. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis. Thank you first to Balgon Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity to speak today. సో ఈరోజు మొదటిసారిగా నేను తెలుగులో చెప్పడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాను. సో ఫస్ట్ ఈ లెక్చర్ లో ఏం చెప్తానో దాని గురించి చెప్తాను. దాని ముందు నేనేమన్నా తప్పులు ఏమన్నా మాట్లాడితే దయచేసి నన్ను క్షమించండి. అయితే ఈరోజు సెషన్ లార్డ్ రామ గురించి. మన అందరికీ తెలుసు 30th మనకి శ్రీరామనవమి వస్తుంది. అండ్ రామనవమి అయితే మనకి ఇట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద 3 festivals that we celebrate under the name of Lord Rama. ఆ 3 festivals ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ రామనవమి, సెకండ్ ఇస్ దివాలి అండ్ థర్డ్ ఇస్ దసరా. అయితే రామనవమి అయితే మనం రామాస్ అపిరెన్స్ అంటే పుట్టినరోజు ద అపిరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ లార్డ్ రామ అని సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటాం. దివాలి అయితే ద ఫెస్టివల్ ఆఫ్ లైట్స్, లార్డ్ రామ రిటర్న్ టు అయోధ్య, అది అందరికీ తెలుసు. మళ్ళీ ఇంకా దసరా ద డే వెన్ లార్డ్ రామ హ్యాడ్ కిల్డ్ రావణాసుర. సో బికాస్ రామనవమి ఈస్ కమింగ్ వెరీ సూన్, రామనవమి వస్తుందని నేను ఈ సెషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను. దీంట్లో నేను మొత్తం రామాయణం అంతా చెప్తాను, అంటే రాముడు లైఫ్ స్టోరీ అంతా చెప్తాను. సో దాని ముందు ఈ సిరీస్ కి 3-4 లెక్చర్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అది వచ్చే రోజుల్లో చెప్తూ ఉంటాను. ఈ లెక్చర్ కి పార్ట్ 1 కి 4 సెక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ లెక్చర్ కి 4 సెక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో అది స్టార్ట్ చేసే ముందు మనం ప్రేయర్స్ చెప్పుకుందాం. ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరాంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజనశలాకయ చక్షురున్మిలితం యేన తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. శ్రీ చైతన్య మనోభీష్టం స్థాపితం యేన భూతలే స్వయం రూపా కదా మह्यं దదాతి స్వపదాంతికం. నమో ఓం విష్ణుపాదాయ కృష్ణప్రేష్ఠాయ భూతలే శ్రీమతే భక్తి వేదాంత స్వామినితి నామినే. నమస్తే సరస్వతీ దేవే గౌరవాణి ప్రచారిణే నిర్విశేష శూన్యవాది పాశ్చాత్య దేశతారిణే. జై శ్రీ కృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధర శ్రీవాసాది గౌర భక్త వృంద. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే, హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. సో ఫస్ట్ మనం ద హిస్టరీ ఆఫ్ రామాయణం తెలుసుకుందాం. సో ఈ రామాయణం ఫస్ట్ మనం ఆథర్ తెలుసుకోవాలి. ద ఆథర్ ఆఫ్ రామాయణ ఇస్ వాల్మీకి రిషి, వాల్మీకి ముని, అండ్ ద త్రీ మెయిన్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఆఫ్ రామాయణం ఆర్ లార్డ్ రామ, లక్ష్మణ అండ్ మదర్ సీత. సో యాజ్ యూ కెన్ సీ ఇన్ దిస్ మ్యాప్, రామాయణం ఈ చోటల్లో జరిగింది. ఫస్ట్ అయోధ్యలో స్టార్ట్ అయింది, అప్పుడు ప్రయాగ్రాజ్ అండ్ చిత్రకూట్. వెన్ లార్డ్ రామ వాజ్ exiled, this was the path he took from down from Ayodhya to the south to the. So as we can see, the Ramayana, it's expansive from the north to the south to the east to the west. And here in Dandakaranya, all in the forest, Lord Rama spent his exile time in the mainly in this forest, and towards the end of the exile in the 12th and 13th year, they went to Nashik, and they went to the west side of India. So they started in the north, then they went to the east. Now they went to the west. ఇక్కడ నాషిక్ అనే ప్లేస్ ఒకటి ఉంది. నాషిక్ అంటే ఇట్ మీన్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ అ కట్ నోస్. సో హియర్ ఇస్ వేర్ here is actually where Shurpanaka's nose was cut. Ante Shurpanaka demon, the nose was cut by Lakshman. So from there they went down again and they went to Hampi. Hampi is where basically Kishkinda, and in Lepakshi was where Mother Sita was abducted by Ravana, and Jatayu fought valiantly here in this place. On the way to get Sita back, they came to Rameshwaram, and in Rameshwaram they constructed the monkeys వాళ్ళందరూ ఒక బ్రిడ్జ్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసుకుని లంకకి వెళ్ళారు, విచ్ ఇస్ ప్రెసెంట్ డే శ్రీలంక. సో ఇదంతా చూస్తే దాదాపు 4,000 కిలోమీటర్స్ ఉంది. ఇది 4,000 కిలోమీటర్స్, ద ఎక్స్పాన్స్ ఆఫ్ రామాయణ ఇన్ భారతవర్షం. సో ఫస్ట్ మనం ఈ బుక్ ఆథర్ గురించి తెలుసుకుందాం. ఫస్ట్ వాల్మీకి ముని గురించి తెలుసుకుందాం. సో వాల్మీకి it has a meaning behind it. Basically it means a sage who emerged from an anthill. So before, Valmiki was not a spiritual sage. Valmiki ముందు సేజ్ కాదు, ఒక హంటర్. ఆ హంటర్ పేరేంటంటే రత్నాకర్. అయితే రత్నాకర్ he always used to kill animals to feed his family, to sustain his family. వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీ కోసం ఫుడ్ తెచ్చుకునే వాళ్ళు హంటింగ్ చేసుకుంటూ. అయితే one day Narad Muni saw Ratnakar here, and then Ratnakar stopped in his tracks. He stopped the hunting for some time, and he started talking bad about Narad Muni. Then he came back to his senses and he started hunting animals again. So then Narad Muni here, he asked Ratnakar, what profit are you getting from killing all these animals, giving them so much pain? ఈ పెయిన్ వాళ్ళకి ఇస్తున్నావు కదా, దీంట్లో ఏమైనా ప్రాఫిట్ ఉంటుందా నీకు అడిగాడు నారద ముని. అయితే రత్నాకర్ ఏమన్నాడు అంటే, ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ దిస్ ఫర్ మై ఫ్యామిలీ. నా ఫ్యామిలీని పోషించడానికి నేను చేస్తున్నాను ఇది. వాళ్ళకి ఆకలిస్తుంది, అందుకని నేను యానిమల్స్ ని చంపుతున్నాను. అయితే నారద ముని asked, then will your family share your sin? You'll accumulate a lot of sin from killing all these animals, right? Then will your family will your family share this sin? And then Ratnakar ఏమన్నాడు, of course వాళ్ళు షేర్ చేస్తారు, వాళ్ళు నా ఫ్యామిలీ కదా అని. సో అయితే నారద said, prove it. So they went to Ratnakar's house, and Ratnakar asked, but they bluntly refused. His family bluntly refused. So here Ratnakar was in a dilemma. So now Ratnakar could be helped, and Narad Muni told him to chant the name of Rama. So this was very difficult for Ratnakar, but so then Narad Muni altered this, Mara and chant cheymanadu. So andarki telusu Mara means death. So since Ratnakar was associated with this word a lot, Ratnakar was able to say this. Ratnakar was able to chant this regularly. So he fixed one spot and he started chanting Mara, Mara, Mara. And soon it became Rama, Rama, Rama. And after many years, Nardmani, he came back to this same forest and he heard some sound. He's heard some chanting sound. He looked and he saw an anthill. And in this anthill, he saw Ratnakar. And Nardmani, he sprayed some gentle dust which got rid of the anthill, and thus the sage was born from the anthill. He emerged from an anthill. That's why his name is Valmiki. So let us see the incidents which take place which made Valmiki start writing the Ramayana. So first, on a regular visit of Nard Muni, Valmiki Rishi, he asked his guru, is there any person who is a complete hero he's perfect in everything with no vices or anything? So Nardmani, he knew the person, he knew the complete hero, but he felt overwhelmed with emotion. So that's why he asked Valmiki Rishi to wait some time. He asked his disciple to wait some time. And after the turmoil in his head cooled down, after Nardmuni's turmoil cooled down, then he started describing it. And it was none other than Lord Rama. So Valmiki, and then Nardmuni told the entire life story. He told the entire Ramayanam then to Valmiki Muni, and that's why he knows it very well. Next is when next is there was an incident at the river where there was an incident at the river where every day normally Valmiki Muni and his disciple Bharadwaj, they used to always go to the Ganga river to take a bath. గంగా రివర్ కి వెళ్ళే వాళ్ళు కానీ ఈ రోజు అయితే తమసా రివర్ కి వెళ్ళారు దే వాంటెడ్ టు గో టు అ డిఫరెంట్ రివర్ అండ్ దే వెంట్ టు ద తమసా రివర్ టు టేక్ అ బాత్ దే ఫౌండ్ అన్ ఏరియా విచ్ వాజ్ హ్యావింగ్ గుడ్ లుకింగ్ వాటర్ మంచినీళ్ళు చూసుకుని అక్కడ స్నానం చేసేటప్పుడు సో దేర్ వాజ్ అ హంటర్ దేర్ అండ్ Valmiki saw two mates, two Krauncha birds, and they were calling out to each other. Then, while they were approaching each other, there was a hunter. As you can see, this hunter, he actually shot an arrow. అప్పుడు the male the male bird was killed. So then the female bird, she let out a wail which was heard throughout the forest. And then Valmiki, he saw everything which happened here, and he immediately uttered a curse. And he cursed the hunter for all misfortune to be held on him. So no sooner that he uttered this curse, he felt sorry because it was the duty of a hunter to hunt and he cursed unnecessarily, letting out anger. So then he tried to recollect the words of the curse. So then he realized something in this curse, that everything was in perfect poetry, perfect punctuation, perfect timing, perfect rhythm. Everything was perfect in the curse. And it was just like it was a proper well-made song, basically. So Valmiki, he became first he became angry, then he became sorry, then he became surprised. So this change in emotion uh, struck Bharadwaj, who is Valmiki's disciple. So then he shared this same thing, the perfect meter of the curse to Bharadwaj, and Bharadwaj couldn't help but agree with whatever he said. So then later that day, Lord Brahma had visited his Lord Brahma had visited Valmiki Rishi's ashram. So after a prompt welcoming and reception for Lord Brahma, he finally took a seat and Lord Brahma gave the purpose of his visit. So he told, earlier this morning you uttered a curse, and it was in perfect meter. I want you to narrate the life story of Rama in the same perfect meter. So the after the it took a long time because it was a very the Valmiki Ramayana. It's a very big it's a very big it's a very big book. So he was Valmiki was thinking about how to spread the popularity, how to spread the word about Lord Rama, how to spread the Ramayana. So he found the twin singers who were actually Lava and Kusha. The Lava and Kusha were actually the sons of Lord Rama. They had been sent to Valmiki Muni's ashram when Mother Sita was made to leave Lord Rama. So these two sons, these two singers, they were perfect in every way in narration. So Valmiki Muni, he taught them, and thus they went throughout the kingdom, and it even went to Lord Rama once. So they in the courtroom of Lord Rama, there was no one else beside him. There were normally two thrones, but only one was now there is only one because Mother Sita is not there anymore. So Lord Rama, he actually felt lonely during the um he didn't feel the exact love that the audience was feeling because they were together. So what Lord Rama did, he went and sat with the audience during the narration. And none of the audience, none of the courtiers, none of them actually saw that Lord Rama was right next to them. So one incident happened during the narration where one of the person he patted, where Lord Rama was laughing and he patted a person, and the person even turned around and patted him back. At the end of the narration, they looked at the throne and they were aghast to see that Lord Rama wasn't there. So, and they were looking for Lord Rama and they saw him right in the audience next to them. So this narration of Ramayana, it starts in a kingdom named Ayodhya, and it's one of the most prosperous kingdom which has ever been built. And it was made under the care of Dashrath Maharaj, and he perfected the kingdom in every way, uh, making it making it indestructible, and even internal enemies couldn't reach the kingdom. And it went to the point where daily music and all the shops, they were unlocked. There was no need to lock the shops, because no one had any vices there, and everyone, they were free from their vices. So they didn't feel the need to steal anything because they were already self-sufficient. Even the beggars were very rich, and they lived in big houses and mansions. They could sustain themselves. And in behind this prosperous kingdom, there is a council, and that is the Big M. The Big M is a nickname for Dashrath Maharaj's council, and it consists of many we all know Sumantra and many other ministers, and of course we have Vashishta Muni. So the decision making of this council is for overall the good of the kingdom, and each minister will take care of a separate part, like the treasury, the transport, everything like that, and external affairs, anything. So everything is taken care by this council, and that is how the smooth running of the kingdom runs. And the defense and everything, there is no other kingdom which can stand against Ayodhya. So among this, there was the king named Dashrath. He had 353 wives. Three of those wives he were three of those wives were Sumitra, Kaushalya, and Kaikeyi. But the 350 other wives, they were under harsh conditions where he was running from Parashram. But even after having all these wives, he still did not have a single son. He actually had a daughter, and but he thought he would get some sons, so he adopted the Romapad, who was a very close friend and neighboring kingdom. He actually gave that daughter to Romapad, and he for adoption. So, in order to get a son, there was a yagna which could be carried, and that is called Putra Kameshti Yagna. And as Putra means son, so this sacrifice was to be carried out by a specific sage, and this sage was called Rishi Shringa. And Rishi Shringa was because he actually had the name Shringa because he had a horn when he was born. Through his face, he had a horn. So, after carrying out the Ashwamedha sacrifice, then the Putra Kameshti Yagna was due, and it was successful, and the divine desert was divided. So first person he gave to Kausalya, then he gave it to Kaikeyi. Both of these two they ate the dessert at once. Then he gave it to Sumitra, who was just waiting with her hands open. And then in the last part, then there was a little left, and that also was given to Sumitra. So Sumitra was given two. So at the end, after those two was received, then Sumitra consumed the dessert, and she prayed inside that her sons be good, maybe a good service to the master. So, in Ayodhya, after 12 months, which felt like eons for Dashrath Maharaj, there were divine births. Ayodhya lo, there were four births. So, the first one, it was on Rav Navami, which is the ninth day, the Dasmi. On that day, Lord Rama was born to Kausalya, and on the next day, in the morning, Bharat Maharaj was born, and on the same day, the next day, in the afternoon, the twins were born to Sumitra. So this was actually a relief to the demigods, because the demigods, they were very fearful of Ravanasura, and Lord Vishnu promised that Lord Vishnu had actually promised that he would appear on this earth again, just to take out Ravanasura. So there were actually some reasons behind the incarnation of the Lord. The first reason was actually obvious to the demigods, and the first reason was to kill the demons and kill mainly Ravanasura. So to annihilate the demons, which was under Brahma's request. As we can see here, Brahma is praying to Lord Vishnu at the Milk Ocean, and Lord Brahma actually got the message from Lord Vishnu that he will be appearing soon in Ayodhya, and he asked all the other demigods to also take birth as monkeys, as vanaras, to assist the mission of the Lord. So there were four reasons. The first and second reasons were basically the annihilation of the demons and the extension to that too. And then the third and fourth reasons, they were actually more private. So there was actually a temple deity which was given to Swayambhuva Manu, the first Manu, who is actually the founder, the founder of the Ishwaku dynasty. So in the Sola dynasty, there was actually a deity, and this deity's name was Lord Ranganath. So in the past years, the deity had undergone severe worship by every emperor the who ruled the world, and but somehow the Lord didn't feel satisfied. So he appeared on his own to show the world how you should worship properly and how worshipping actually is. So, and the fourth reason was between Lord Vishnu and was between Lord Vishnu was between basically Radha and Krishna. So they actually wanted some private time together, and so that's why they came to here and to have some time together, because it Lord Vishnu, there was always many disciples and many devotees who not disciples, devotees, who actually wanted to serve Lord Vishnu. That's why they didn't actually have much private time. And even when there weren't any devotees, so the snake bed Anantashes was always there with them. So it was time for Lord Rama to undergo training, and he went to Vashishta Muni's school, where he learnt many defense arts and uh, how to ride different vehicles like elephants, horses, and how to string a bow. So then there was a new tutor who appeared, and his name was Vishwamitra, as we all know Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra actually he wanted to take Lord Rama with him to help him for a specific thing. But Dashrath Maharaj, he didn't feel like this idea was any good because it could be dangerous and everything. So Dashrath Maharaj wasn't ready to give Lord Rama to let Lord Rama go with Vishwamitra. But then Vishwamitra's anger levels were getting very high. So Vishwamitra is known to get angry very quickly, just like Durvash Muni. So in order to prevent this, Vashishta Muni he pacified Dashrath Maharaj and saying that this would ultimately be good because Vishwamitra knew all the weapons and any missile of the demigods he had acquired them in his past. So these could be given to Lord Rama to make him more powerful. So finally Dashrath Maharaj he agreed, and he also had to take Lakshmana because Lord Rama and Lakshman, they both were basically twins, and they always used to go together. And on the other hand, Bharata and Shatrughna were the other pair. So at this time, they were progressing in life as Vishwamitra was actually giving many so Vishwamitra actually gave many mantras and many breathing, and he gave many mantras, and they were serving Lord Rama and Lakshmana. They were serving their rishi, and they were getting knowledge and weapons from Vishwamitra. So at the end, the actual reason why they came was for the sacrificial arena. There was a battle. Actually, every time the Vishwamitra had started the yagna, it was actually a 7 days yagna. So 3 days yagna. So every time he actually did the yagna, there were two specific demons. They were named Subahu and Maricha. They used to come with their demon army, and they would set a fire, and they would throw all kinds of bad things like bones, flesh, and everything like that to ruin the yagna. So Vishwamitra he could not fight back during the yagna because he would vow to not speak a word. He would vow to silence during the process of the yagna. So on the on the third day, um, finally after 3 days and 3 nights, on the final day of the yagna, these demons appeared. So Lord Rama and Lakshmana, they just sent a few arrows and sent the demons flying. And at the arena, the sacrifice was a success. So after this, they came across a stone which Vishwamitra had uh, which Vishwamitra had specifically led Lord Rama to. So Vishwamitra asked Lord Rama to step on this stone with his feet. So then from this stone there came a heavenly damsel whose name was Ahalya. So Ahalya was basically the wife of Gautam Rishi, and due to some past actions with Indra, she had been cursed by Gautam Rishi to take this form as a as a stone. But since Ahalya was pleading for forgiveness, Gautam Rishi he capped the curse and made it so that when Lord Rama would step on the stone, then Ahalya would regain her actual form, actual body. So then they met a rishi named Satananda. And Satananda was very grateful to Vishwamitra and Lord Rama because Satananda was actually the son of Ahalya and Gautam Rishi. So Ahalya and Gautam Rishi, they were they were the parents of Satananda. And Satananda was very grateful that Lord Rama had restored his mother back to life. So, in order to give some kind of payment back, he wanted to tell the story of Vishwamitra. So, Satananda told the story of Vishwamitra, and it started with King Kaushika, who was actually the emperor of the world that time. And King Kaushika had actually came to a hermitage, and he saw that it was a very rundown hermitage, and he found that there was a Brahma Rishi living there, and that was Vashishta Muni. So so Vasishtha Muni welcomed the King Kaushika and his party to the hermitage, but they were doubtful that this hermitage could organize anything. So, but Vasishtha Muni, no, no, you can come. He said. So then there was a cow named Shabala, and she actually came and she made it look like basically paradise. She transformed the entire hermitage into paradise and gave them delicious, scrumptious food which they could eat. So each one, each every member of the party, they were satisfied with the food, and they had never tasted such beautiful, such delicious food before, and so they were. King Kaushika, he was wondering the history of this, the backstory behind this cow. So he told Vashishta Muni that he wanted this cow for himself. He wanted Shabala for himself. But Vashishta Muni did not comply. But so Vishwamitra, who was actually King Kaushika at this time, he actually dragged Shabala by force. So Shabala was very disappointed here, thinking that Vashishta Muni had disowned the cow. So Shabala asked Vashishta Muni for permission to fight back. So before this, actually, Vasishta Muni gave the reason why, because the Kshatriyas were always the rulers of the land, and on the anything that steps foot on the land would be under the rule of the king of that land. But this cow, actually Shabala, it was actually not touching the land. It was actually an inch above the it was hovering an inch above the land, so it was ruled by no one except Vashishta Muni. So with from every part of Shabala, there came different kinds of soldiers which actually killed all the army and defeated Vishwamitra, King Kaushika at that time. So at this time, King Kaushika wanted revenge, and he retired as a king of the kingdom, and he became a rishi, and he started doing severe tapasya in order to please Lord Shiva. So at the end of this tapasya, Lord Shiva finally appeared, and then King Kaushika asked for all the weapons, every weapon in the universe. So finally, he got all the weapons in the universe, and he finally went back to Vashishta Muni in order to defeat him. So he went there, and he boasted about all the weapons, all the missiles that he got. So Vashishta Muni he had a Brahma Danda. As a Brahma Rishi, he had a Brahma Danda, and he just told King Kaushika to outdo me. And what was Vashishta doing? He was just holding that stick, which was the Danda. So every missile that King Kaushika threw, every missile, including the Brahmastra, was neutralized by the Brahmadanda, and it just made the Brahmadanda look more beautiful, and now it was shining more. So at this time, he understood the power of a Brahma Rishi, and Vishwamitra thought that he also wanted to be a Brahma Rishi because his ego was wounded now. So he started his journey on the way to become a Brahma Rishi, and this time he started his tapasya in order to please the god of the gods, which was god of gods, which is Lord Brahma. So he started, he after thousands and thousands of years of penance, Lord Brahma finally visited Vishwamitra, and he gave the title of Rajarishi, so which was actually the sage among kings. So Lord Brahma broke it to Vishwamitra that there was still a long way that he had to go in order to be titled as a Brahma Rishi. So again, he started his tapasya. Lord Vishwamitra, he actually started his tapasya again, and at this time there was at the same time there was a person in the Ishwaku dynasty. His name was Trishanku. So Trishanku was actually very beautiful, and he had a very uh, good body. So he wished that he didn't need to change body and when going to heavens. So he wanted to go to heaven in this same human body because because he was looking very beautiful. So this was practically impossible for anyone to achieve because the human body is not made for human body is not able to tolerate some such pressure at the heavens. So this man, he asked his guru, who was Vasishta Muni, and Vasishta Muni, he told it was impossible, but he still didn't give up. And he even asked the 100 sons of Vasishta, and they also wouldn't. They also didn't. They were aghast that Trishanku was still trying to. Trishanku was still trying even after his guru had told it was impossible. So finally, he came to Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra also knew that it was impossible, but he wanted to outdo Vashishta Muni at this time. So that's why he took up this impossible task, and he took this he made a sacrifice, and he invited every sage and every important person in the vicinity, and he even invited uh, Vashishta Muni and the 100 sons, but obviously they didn't come. Vashishta didn't come and the 100 sons didn't come, but every other sage, every other person had come because they were fearful of the power of Vishwamitra, because Vishwamitra had a lot of power, and he went angry very easily, so he could curse them at any time. So the 100 sons who didn't come, they were cursed by Vishwamitra, so so that they would excuse me. So the 100 sons of Vishwamitra, of Vashishta, they were cursed to take birth in abominable families and of very low class families. So in this sacrifice, using Vishwamitra's Tapobala, which is basically the energy, the power which the power which he got from his tapasya, he used it to make Trishanku go to the heavens. So he started lifting uh, Trishanku to the heavens. So all the other people who were watching this were very surprised, thinking that Vishwamitra had done the impossible and made it I am possible. So then as soon as Trishanku came back, he actually was feeling a lot of pressure on himself because he didn't know that this human body wasn't capable of handling the pressure at the heavens. He was feeling distorted. His entire body was distorted, basically. So when he came to the heavens, Lord Indra, who was the king of the demigods, he put Trishango, and he was heading back to earth. So at this time, Trishanko didn't want to go to heavens anymore because he was feeling very distorted and it was very painful for him. But Vishwamitra didn't hear this pleas, and he just sent him back up again. So he felt that this was not working, and this dream for Trishanko became a nightmare for him because he was experiencing excruciating pain there. So what Vishwamitra decided to do was create a clone of the heaven. He made a parallel heaven, which was Trishanku's own heaven. But as soon as he made it, he felt that the enormous pressure was weighing on Vishwamitra because creating and destroying, which is Lord Brahma's and Lord Shiva's post, is very easy. But the maintaining of something after creating it is the difficult part. So at this time, the main Vishwamitra, he prayed to Lord Vishnu, who was the maintainer. So he pleaded out to Lord Vishnu to help him, and Lord Vishnu came then and asked Vishwamitra what he wanted. So Vishwamitra told, "Please maintain this heavens that I have created. It is taking a big toll on me." So at this time, Lord Vishnu complied, and he maintained the Supreme Lord. He maintained this parallel heavens, and Trishanku got to live there alone, but his entire body was distorted, and he looked like a very ugly person, basically. So Vishwamitra lost all his tapobola, all his tapasya, all the fruits from his tapasya. Everything had gone to waste in this foolish sacrifice. So again, for thousands and thousands of years, um, Vishwamitra started meditating and doing penance. So this time he had accumulated another handful of tapabala, and this time he planned on not to lose it so easily. But so at this time there was a sacrifice which had to take place for Ambarish Maharaj, and in order for the sacrifice to take place, one of their sons had to be sacrificed. And Amrish's wife, Amrish Maharaj's wife, was attached to the youngest son. And Amrish Maharaj was attached to the oldest son. But the middle son, who was Sunashepa, was actually he was neglected. So he was basically he ran around asking for help in order to be saved from this sacrifice. So finally, he came to Vishwamitra. He found Vishwamitra and asked for help. So, in this place, Vishwamitra asked his sons in order to in order to go instead of Sunashipa. But his sons didn't agree, and immediately Vishwamitra had cursed his sons. So, here, Vishwamitra, he gave some life-saving mantras would which would help Sunashepa stay alive during the sacrifice, and the demigods would consider the sacrifice done while Sunashepa would also be alive. So again, Vishwamitra had lost everything. He lost all his tapabola because he gave help to someone again, and he didn't need to give help, but out of compassion, he gave help to Sunashipa. And thus, this is the second time he lost everything again. All the Tapabala he lost. So again, here, this time Vishwamitra started meditating, meditating very severely. So it was to the point where there was fire coming out of Vishwamitra, and he became very powerful. So Indradev, he at this time he felt very insecure of his post because he thought Vishwamitra was going after his heavenly post. So he sent a heavenly damsel here, and her name was Menaka, and she successfully shattered the hopes of Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra was swayed away in. And he lost all his tapobola in as the third time because he wasn't paying attention, and lust overtook him. So at this time, Lord Brahma had visited again, and Vishwamitra had asked Vishwamitra had asked his progress on the Brahma Rishi, and told there is Brahma told there is still some distance you need to cover in order to be titled a Brahma Rishi. And he told, you are still yet to master your senses. So then this time again, Vishwamitra had started his penance again, and he started intensely again. And Lord Indradev, he sent another damsel again, and this time he knew that Vishwamitra wouldn't be easily fooled. So as soon as this damsel came, he immediately let out a curse, which would he let out a curse to this damsel. And at this time, Indra was very scared, and he backed off. So this time he didn't lose to lust, but he lost to anger, and he lost all of his tapabola for the fourth time. Now, finally, after doing everything perfectly, finally he reached the destination, and Lord Brahma had actually come and titled him as a Brahma Rishi. So Lord Brahma gave a boon to Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra asked that he had the knowledge of all the Vedas. He could have the knowledge of all the Vedas. And the second thing was he asked that everyone acknowledged him as a Brahma Rishi, including Vashishta Muni. So this eventually came to truth, and even Vashishta came to Vishwamitra and acknowledged him as a Brahma Rishi. So Vishwamitra, he actually made an unexpected move here. He went and hugged Vashishta Muni there, then and there, and even Vashishta Muni was surprised at this time. So at this time, Vishwamitra understood that becoming a Rajrishi, a Brahma Rishi, it was no joke, and it takes a lot of time and effort in order to do something like this, in order to achieve such a post like this. So then there was actually an opportunity for Vishwamitra, a golden opportunity, but actually Vishwamitra had missed it. So Vishwamitra actually got association of Lord Vishnu, and he could have wished for anything. So at this time, Vishwamitra didn't see this door opening, but the second time, he saw that Lord Rama had taken birth in the Ishwaku dynasty. And in this same dynasty, Vashishta Muni had gone. And in this same dynasty, Vashishta Muni had gone and become the guru. So Vishwamitra understood that Vashishta was very intelligent, because uh, he already knew that Lord Rama was going to take birth in the same dynasty. Thus, in order to get association of Lord Rama, Vasishta Muni, he actually took birth. He took the post of guru in this dynasty. So Vishwamitra took this opportunity and associated with Lord Rama again. And after a while, he would go to the north and completely surrender unto the Supreme Lord. So now we'll move on to the fourth section, which is from now after the student after the brahmachari stage had completed. Now comes the grihastha stage. So now is marriage. So they were actually very close to a city named Mithila, and Mithila was under the rule of King Janaka. So at this time, there were many stories of a bow which was very heavy to twang or lift, and this was the bow of Lord Shiva. So there was this mighty bow was actually, it had a vast history. So there were actually two bows like this. One bow was Lord Vishnu's, and the second bow was Lord Shiva's. So both of these bows were very powerful, and they could only be lifted or and used by a very powerful person. So at this time, the demigods, they had an argument about who is stronger, Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva. So at this time, the Lord Brahma had told the demigods not to do such a foolish thing like this, because the the effects of this battle could destroy the entire universe. But the demigods didn't pay attention, and they requested Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu to take a battle. So they knew Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, they knew the effects of the battle, but they didn't want, neither of them wanted to lose. So this battle was the biggest battle of the universe, and the universe was basically in shambles. It was almost to the point where it was in destruction. So the demigods, they pleaded and pleaded, so because for the battle to stop, but neither Lord Shiva and neither Lord Vishnu, they neither of them wanted to lose, basically. So they both wanted to win. So So at this time, the demigods, they were pleading for the battle to stop. And finally, the Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, they complied and stopped the battle. And they gave these bows down to different dynasties. So Lord Shiva had actually given this bow to the Moon dynasty, and the current ruler of the Moon dynasty was Janak Maharaj. And Lord Vishnu, he actually gave the bow to the dynasty of Parshuram, the Brahmin family. So Janak Maharaj actually had a rare he actually had a daughter, but her name was Mother Sita. So there were some conditions which were set in order to win Mother Sita, and it is that the bow had to be at least lifted. The Lord Shiva's bow had to be at least lifted. So everybody thought that this was just mockery, and it was used to make fun of all the other kings who tried to lift the bow. And it was to the point where the Maithils, who are actually the citizens of Mithila, they actually doubted their king for making such a foolish decision, because now their queen could not have their princess was not going to be a queen. But there was actually an inside story here which only Janak Maharaj knew. So during Mother Sita's childhood, Sita was actually playing with a small ball. So then this ball had actually went into the courtroom where the bow was actually kept. So this bow, it went under the bow. So Mother Sita, she actually wanted the ball. She wanted the ball to play with her friends. So she immediately lifted the bow with ease with one hand and went under and took the ball. So at this time, all the other friends of Sita, they reported this to Janak Maharaj, and Janak Maharaj thought if uh, if Mother Sita is this powerful, then the future husband of Mother Sita must be at least able to lift this bow. So that's why these conditions were set in order to win Mother Sita. So Rama was a beacon of hope for Janak Maharaj to prove everyone else wrong. So finally he was shown the bow, and he put it against his chest and he broke it. He lifted it with ease, just as it was like a small petal, and he broke it with effort. And there was a huge twang which was reverberating the entire world, and the entire world was shook. Basically, it was like a huge thunderbolt, a huge thunder lightning of thunder. So at this time, Janak Maharaj was getting ready for the marriage and everything. But Lord Rama, he actually had self-control. Even after seeing such a beautiful woman, he actually had self-control. And he told Janak Maharaj that my agenda was only to come here in order to help Vishwamitra, but it was not to get married. If any decisions like marriage must be taken by my father, Dashrath Maharaj. So, with all due respect, please let us consult with Dashrath Maharaj before taking this hasty decision. So everyone else, they were shattered at this time, even Janak Maharaj. But Mother Sita, she was happy inside, because for for a perfect husband, one has to be strong, one has to be able to protect, and also one has to have self-control. So at this time, a party was set to Ayodhya, and the messengers had actually explained all the events of what happened from Lord Rama, from when he left Ayodhya. So Dashrath Maharaj he also agreed that he heard this very loud sound, and he thought it was just lightning or thunder. So Dashrath Maharaj, he was very happy at this, because this was exactly what he expected from his sons. So the entire Ayodhya, they started a procession to go to Mithila. So it was a 3 days journey. So when the first people, when Dashrath Maharaj and his queens, when they arrived at Mithila, the last person from the party had actually yet to leave. So the start and the end of the party, the Ayodhya party, was 3 days apart. So the first person would reach, and and the last person would and the last person would leave from Ayodhya. So at this time, Vashishta Muni had got an idea, and they decided to carry out four marriages instead of for each of the sons, with Janak Maharaj's other daughter and Janak Maharaj's brother's two daughters. So these four weddings, they were carried out with respect, and both of the dynasties, the Sun dynasty, the Solar dynasty, and the Moon dynasty, the both of them came together with this marriage. So at this time, Lord Rama, he actually made a vow of monogamy, and he actually made a vow to have only one wife. So this was actually a relief to all the women in Ayodhya, because Dashrath Maharaj, she actually had many wives, so 353 wives. So all the other people of Ayodhya, they actually used to take Dashrath Maharaj as their role model, and they also used to marry multiple times. So this was a big relief to for all the women of Ayodhya, as polygamy was on its way out and monogamy was taking place. But amid all of this, there was actually a sudden change of omens. So there is the art of omens. There are different omens which mean different things. Some omens are good, meaning auspiciousness and everything, and some, including like jackals howling and stuff like that, they could even mean death. So at this time, all the omens change, and everything, it was ill. So then they heard a huge rattling sound, and it was the axe wielding Rama, which was Parshuram. So Parshuram, actually he was uh, he actually had went on a rampage and killed every Kshatriya king in the world, in the earth. So at this time, Dashrath Maharaj, he was lucky to escape under harsh conditions, because Lord Parshuram, he actually never uh, went to any place where there was marriage, or there were many women. So at this time, every time Parshuram had actually visited Dashrath Maharaj, he actually went. Dashrath Maharaj actually married the princess of that kingdom, and so that is why he has 350 wives. So at this time, it was a marriage, and Parshuram actually he came for a different reason this time. So he gave up this fighting tendency long ago, and he has actually donated the earth. He after killing all these Kshatriyas, the whole earth was his now. So Parshuram, he actually gave this earth to Kashyap Muni. So he no longer had the right to stay in this earth during the night. So that's why he actually used to meditate in the hilltops of the mountains, the heavenly mountains. So he was disturbed of his meditation when he was actually disturbed of his meditation when Lord Rama had broken the bow. And that's why Parshuram was here now. And Parshuram was actually uh, challenging Lord Rama to a duel, because Parshuram was the wielder of the Vishnu, the bow of Lord Vishnu, which was actually 10 times more powerful than Lord Shiva's bow. So at this time, Lord Rama, he simply just took the bow with ease, and he aimed it at Parshuram. Now that he aimed it, he gave two options for Parshuram. Either he aimed it at his leg and disable him from walking anywhere, and then or the second one, either he aimed the arrow at all the piety and all the tapas he actually achieved from his meditation and penance. So Parshuram, he understood that this was also an incarnation of Lord Rama, and the two Ramas were against each other here. So Lord Rama, he knew that he couldn't kill Parshuram because he was a Brahmana. So he gave these two options. And Parshuram chose to sacrifice all his piety because he needed to go back to the mountains. So in order to, because he had donated the earth, so he had no longer had the right to stay on the earth during the night. So he ultimately consented to the piety, and thus Dashrath Maharaj was ecstatic basically, because this was exactly what he wanted from his sons. He wanted them to be powerful. And obviously they were powerful because they had taken so many things right now, and even Lord Rama had showed his supremacy over Parshuram here, and he was also very happy about the marriages. So we'll end the session for today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Very
Krishna.
nice. Anantha. Very nice. Very nice. Lot of details. యా యూ ట్రైడ్ తెలుగులో మాట్లాడడానికి ప్రయత్నించావు కానీ కష్టం, ఎందుకంటే యూ విల్ లూజ్ ద ట్రాక్. సో గుడ్ థింగ్, నేను అదే చెప్దాం అనుకున్నాను, బట్ యూ కేమ్ బ్యాక్.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I felt it very difficult in between.
ఎందుకంటే ఫోకస్ పోతుంది. యూ కెనాట్ కంటిన్యూ. దట్స్ ఫైన్, డోంట్ వరీ. చాలా మందికి, మన వాళ్ళందరికీ ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థం అవుతుంది. So, but amazing, Herculean task. You did a lot of so much details. So you are covering entire Ramayana given by Subbilash Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, very nice. Yes, continue. Nice slides, and yeah, certain things I didn't know. I came to know today. Oh, this is also there. But okay. Any questions? Okay. Any questions are ఉన్నాయా?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
No more questions, Prabhuji. He presented very nice way. Very హృదయానికి హత్తుకునేటట్టుగా తెలియని విషయాలు చాలా అన్ని పాయింట్స్ టచ్ చేశాడు. చాలా వండర్ఫుల్ ప్రభుజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ అనంత్ ప్రభుజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's all Balgovind Prabhuji's mercy, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. What did you studied?
హరి బోల్. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. బాల్గోవింద్ ప్రభుజీ మెర్సీ వల్ల ఇదంతా జరుగుతుందని ఐ ట్రస్ట్ అండ్ ఐ బిలీవ్.
Hare Krishna.
Our Guru Balgovind Prabhuji.
Hare. Okay, Inka, anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, Maldaman.
Hare Krishna, Mari.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Anantha Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Balgovind Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Yeah. God bless you. Telling, I mean, చాలా మంచి చెప్తున్నావు నాన్న. మళ్ళీ కరెక్ట్ టైంలో చెప్తున్నావు. ఇప్పుడు నవరాత్రులు స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి కదా, ఉగాది తెల్లారి నుంచి. హ్యావ్ టేకెన్ ఎ కరెక్ట్ టాపిక్. యా. అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ అంతా వాల్మీకి రామాయణమే కదా. దిస్ ఇస్ హోల్ థింగ్ ఇస్ ఫ్రమ్ వాల్మీకి రామాయణం.
Yes, Mataji. And there's also a book called Ramayana, The Game of Life. It's actually by Shubha Vilas Prabhu, so I'm taking references from that.
ఓకే. యా, దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ న్యూ పాయింట్స్. చాలా చిన్న కథలు ఉన్నాయి. చాలా బాగున్నాయి కథలు కూడా. ఐ మీన్ యు హావ్ డన్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ హార్డ్ వర్క్ ఇన్ ప్రిపేరింగ్ స్లైడ్స్ ఆల్సో. వెరీ బ్యూటిఫుల్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్. యా. అండ్ ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది. నువ్వు అన్నావు కదా, విశ్వామిత్ర హ్యాడ్ టూ టైమ్స్ విష్ణు యొక్క అసోసియేషన్ దొరికే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటే ఫస్ట్ ఇది పోగొట్టుకున్నాక నెక్స్ట్ టైం, సెకండ్ టైం హీ హ్యాడ్ ద అసోసియేషన్ విత్ రామ, రైట్? What was the first chance when he missed it?
Actually, when Vishwamitra, he made the parallel heavens, he actually created it, but he couldn't maintain it. So at that time, he prayed for Lord Vishnu, who was actually the maintainer. So that's when Lord Vishnu had given him a boon, and he took it as he asked. He didn't ask for liberation or surrender. He didn't surrender to Lord Vishnu then. So that was where he lost it.
Acha, because of Trishanku, he had created those heavens, right?
Yeah.
That is.
Because of Trishanku, he had the opportunity, the door opened, but he didn't take it.
Acha. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nana. God bless you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Anant Prabhu. Very nice
Hare Krishna,
presentation.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
చాలా బాగా చెప్పావు. చాలా గోవర్ధన్ ప్రభుజీ అన్నట్టు హృదయానికి అతుక్కుపోయేటట్టు చెప్పావు. చాలా బాగుంది. స్లైడ్స్ కూడా చాలా బాగా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బాగా గ్యాదర్ చేసావు. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ అనంత్ ప్రభు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ. హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ అనంత ప్రభు, ధన్యవాద ప్రణామం.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు అనంత ప్రభు. మీరు స్లైడ్స్ అవి క్వాలిటీ చాలా బాగుంది. వెరీ నైస్. హరే కృష్ణ బాలవన్ ప్రభు, ధన్యవాద ప్రణామం.
హరే కృష్ణ.
ఒక్క క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది ప్రభు. సో ఇప్పుడు విశ్వామిత్రుడు ఇది లాట్ ఆఫ్ తపస్య, అంటే ఇక్కడ కొన్ని థౌజండ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇయర్స్ తపస్సు చేశాడని చెప్పారు. కానీ కోపాన్ని కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోలేదని కూడా చెప్పారు. దానివల్ల వికుంసుడు వచ్చాడు, ఆ తర్వాత వాళ్ళు వచ్చారు, చాలా మంది వచ్చారు. ఎవరు ఊర్వశి. ఓకే, సో దానివల్ల అతన్ని అంతా పోయింది అని చెప్పారు. సో అయితే ఇప్పుడు మనం అంటే చాంటింగ్ చేస్తాం, గాడ్స్ నేమ్ చాంటింగ్ చేస్తాం. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో తపస్సు అని అనుకోవచ్చు. సో మరి విశ్వామిత్రుడు చేసిన తపస్సు అంటాం కదా, అది ఏంటి? ఏం తపస్సు అది? వాళ్ళు గాడ్స్ నేమ్ చేస్తారా లేదా ఇంకేదన్నా చేస్తారా కళ్ళు మూసుకుని అనేది నాకు ఎప్పటి నుంచో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఉన్నది ప్రభు. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ దే డు క్లోజింగ్ దేర్ ఐ? దాన్ని తపస్సు అంటున్నా.
Okay, let Anantha answer.
Prabhuji, basically it's like meditation and cleansing the entire body. So after all our senses are controlled, then only we can consider that we have some tapobola or tapasya. And it's basically thinking of a god. It's basically worshipping a god while meditating. So here Vishwamitra, he was worshipping Lord Shiva first. So he took the name of Lord Shiva. But we instead of worshipping demigods, instead we are worshipping directly the Supreme Lord. So at that time in the Treta Yuga and in the Satya Yuga, meditating was the base, because of the long lives they were meditating. So they were meditating, but ultimately they have the same fruits. In the Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy name is the most efficient and the best way, basically.
Yes, Prabhu. See, meditating, two things, Prabhu, here. One is meditating on God's name, that is one. Meditating on something unknown, or meditating or reaching a thoughtless state, that Mayavadis call it as a Samadhi, Prabhu. So, we need a clear understanding. Are they meditating on the Shiva's name, or is he meditating? Sorry, is Vishwamitra. Let us take a specific case. Is Vishwamitra is meditating సంథింగ్ లైక్ అదేంటది బ్రహ్మజ్యోతి అది ఎక్కడన్నా ఉందా క్లారిటీ అనేది? యాక్చువల్గా ఇప్పుడు మనం చూస్తే అన్ని రకాల పురాణాల్లో ఏమని ఉంటుంది, ఆయన తపస్సు చేశాడు. అయితే ఇప్పుడు వాల్మీకి చాలా క్లారిటీ ఉంది. వాల్మీకి ఏం చేశాడు? నారదుడు వచ్చి ఏం చేశాడు? రామ మంత్రాన్ని ఇచ్చాడు, రామ అని ఇచ్చాడు. కానీ రామ పలకటం రాలా, మర అయింది. కానీ బట్ స్టిల్ హీ హ్యాడ్ ద పవర్. అంటే ఆయన అన్ని కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోగలిగాడు, రామాయణం రాయగలిగాడు. సో వాల్మీకి తపస్సుకి విశ్వామిత్ర తపస్సుకి అసలు క్లియర్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి అంటే, ఓకే శివుడు తపస్సు చేశాడు అంటే శివనామం చేశాడా? ఓకే, ఎక్కడన్నా ఉందా శివనామం చేశాడు అని ఉన్నదా? ఓకే, అంటే నా ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే శివనామం చేసినా సరే ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు గివ్ పవర్ అండ్ ఈ షుడ్ క్లీన్, అండ్ ఆ కోపం రాకూడదు. అంటే నిజంగా శివనామం చేసినా సరే, ఎందుకంటే ఇట్స్ గాడ్స్ నేమ్. ఓకే అని ఈ క్వశ్చన్ నాకు ఎప్పటి నుంచో ఉంది ప్రభు. ఓకే,
so Prabhuji, in order to get a boon, basically, so we are just Vishwamitra, he wanted the boon of getting all the weapons. So that is why he was taking Lord Shiva's name, in order to please Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, we know that he is one of the most pleased person. He gets easily pleased, right? So after he was pleased, Lord Shiva got a boon. Because of this tapasya, Vishwamitra got a boon from Lord Shiva. And basically that because of that he attained the weapons, basically, from that.
Okay, so there is a kamya karma ఉంది అక్కడ. ఓకే, ఆ కామ్య కర్మ వల్ల అతనికి బూన్స్ వచ్చినాయి, కానీ ఓకే, నాకు నిష్కారణంగా నేను చేస్తలేదు అంటే అకర్మ చేయట్లేదు అక్కడ విశ్వామిత్రుడు, అందువల్ల ఇంద్రియాలను జయించలేదు అని అనుకోవచ్చు కదా మనం. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు మనము చాంటింగ్ చేస్తున్నాము, మనం ఏమైనా కోరికతో చేస్తే అది సకామ కర్మతో చేస్తున్నట్టు. అలా కాకుండా అకర్మ చేస్తే మనకి ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఇవన్నీ పోతాయి. ఏది ఈ 6 దుర్గుణాలు కామ క్రోధ లోభ మద మత్సరాలు పోతాయి. ఓకే, కానీ విశ్వామిత్రుడు అంత నాలెడ్జబుల్ పర్సన్ కూడా ఒక కామ్య కర్మతో చేశారు అని మనం కంక్లూడ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, బట్ హీ హాస్ టేకెన్ ద శివాస్ని.
But
అంటే
Prabhuji, at that time
శివుడు
he was not very knowledgeable, because at that time he was just doing it out because he wanted revenge on Vashishta Muni.
సిస్టమ్ అని. ఓకే,
Yeah, that's why.
సో శివ కేమ్ అండ్ హీ హాస్ గివెన్ దట్ బూన్, saying
Hmm.
that what you ask for I am granting.
Yeah.
So he
Even
became Rajarshi. Then he
yeah,
became Rajarshi. Okay.
same thing happened with Ravanasura and all the other demons. They also do the same thing.
Same
They're
thing.
just doing
Okay.
karma, but the boon is with our boon. It's their wish to do something with the boon. If they ask something good, then that's good. So
Okay. So we are chanting, but we are not expecting anything in return.
we are not
We're
expecting
not even
anything.
expecting
That's the difference.
Krishna to come and see us, or we are not expecting we to see Krishna. Okay, without any expectation we are doing. So that is
Unconditional love.
Okay, okay, unconditional. Okay, okay. So even at that level, they were doing sakama karma. Okay. Because of that, they are not fully purified. Yeah.
Vishwamitra on his way to be purified, because he was getting obstacles in between, right? So
Okay, bro. Wonderful
Hare
answer.
Krishna.
Wonderful explanation.
హరే
Thank you.
కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
Hare
చిన్న
Krishna.
ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ నాకు తెలుసున్నదంటే జస్ట్ కరెక్ట్ కదా కూడా నాకు తెలియదు. యాక్చువల్ గా విశ్వామిత్రుడు తపస్సు చేసినప్పుడు ఆయన బ్రహ్మదేవుడి గురించి చేస్తాడు, బ్రహ్మర్షి కావాలని కోరుకుంటాడు ఆయన. కానీ రాజర్షి ఇస్తాడు కానీ బ్రహ్మర్షి రావాలంటే ఇంకా చేయాలని చెప్పేసి బ్రహ్మదేవుడు ముందు ఎప్పుడు ఆయన అలా చాలా సంవత్సరాలు చేయగా బ్రహ్మర్షి పదవి ఇస్తారు ఆయనకి. కొన్ని వేల సంవత్సరాలు చేశారు ఆయన రాజర్షి పదవి పొందడానికి, ఈ యొక్క ఇదిని పొందడానికి అనుకుంటున్నాను ప్రభుజీ. నేను ఒక చోట అక్కడ అలా చదివినట్టు జ్ఞాపకం.
కరెక్టే మాతాజీ.
Okay, very good. Good answer. Yeah. So yeah, basically అంటే మనకు అర్థం కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ఆ లెవెల్లో ఉన్నప్పటికి కూడా భగవత్ చింతన అనేది చాలా దూరం. అంటే ప్యూర్ డివోషనల్ సర్వీస్ అంటాం చూసారా, అది చాలా దూరం. వాళ్ళ ఉద్దేశం ఏంటి? దే వాంట్ టు గెట్ వాట్ దే వాంట్ సిచ్యువేషనల్లీ. ఇక్కడ విశ్వామిత్ర హ్యాస్ టు టేక్ రెవెంజ్. వశిష్ఠుని మీద రెవెంజ్ తీసుకోవాలి. దట్ ఈస్ హిస్ గోల్. ఫర్ దాట్ he is doing everything, and for that he is sacrificing his life. 60,000 years of his life is wasted or went in tapasya to acquire the powers. Their goal is to acquire the powers. Especially these are all called ashtanga yogis. Yogis అంటాం. అష్టాంగ యోగి అంటే అర్థం అష్టాంగ అర్థం. అష్టాంగ యోగులు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? దే వాంట్ మిస్టిక్ పవర్స్. జ్ఞాని వాంట్స్ టు మార్జ్ ఇన్ బ్రహ్మజ్యోతి. Karma want enjoyment. A yogi wants mystic powers to create like this. So ultimately, moved same. Karma aina, jnana aina, yoga aina kuda all are same. Some expectation. There is no love of God. That is the problem. Vishwamitra అన్ని చేశాడు. భగవంతుడా నాకు ఏమి అక్కర్లేదు, ఐ వాంట్ యు అని అన్నాడు ఎక్కడైనా? అనలా. He wanted to take revenge on Vashishta, and he wanted to prove himself. నేనేం తక్కువ కాదు. For that, he being a Kshatriya, he wanted to become Brahmana, so many things. So like that, this world is such a nasty place, dangerous place. It will distract us. మనల్ని లాగేస్తుంది, ఎటు నుంచి ఎటో పెట్టేస్తుంది. ఏం చేస్తుంది? అల్టిమేట్లీగా టైం వేస్ట్ చేస్తుంది. అగైన్ టేక్ నెక్స్ట్ బర్త్, టైం వేస్ట్, టేక్ నెక్స్ట్ బర్త్, టైం వేస్ట్. దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ ఇట్స్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్. బట్ ఒక్కసారి కృష్ణ కాలేజీలోకి ప్రభుపాద దగ్గరికి వచ్చామంటే We are better than, these rishis and munis in many ways. We don't have any desire. In the sense, at least విశ్వామిత్రులాగా మనకి ఏం లేవు కదా, ఇది సాధించాలి, అది చాలా రివిజన్ తీసుకోవాలి, అట్లాంటి ఏం లేవు కదా. ఏదో చిన్న దిస్ ఇస్ తపస్య, రైట్? Tapasya means what? Voluntary inconvenience for getting something. That is meaning of the tapasya. Right? Voluntarily, we are taking inconveniences. చెట్టు కింద కూర్చొని మీరు అడిగినట్టుగా ఏం మెడిటేట్ చేస్తారు వీళ్ళు? మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్ దే మెడిటేట్ ఆన్ నిరాకార్ లేదంటే దేవతాస్. దేవతల మీద మెడిటేట్ చేస్తుంటారు. దే విల్ డూ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈస్ ప్లీజింగ్ ఫర్ దెమ్. శివుని ప్లీజ్ చేయాలి, రైట్? ఆయనకి ఇష్టమైన పనులు చేయటం. బేసికల్లీ maybe they might be taking Shivanam also. But however, ultimately point is, what are they want? What they want. That's what. Shiva comes, okay, what do you want? Shiva will not tell, well, this is not good for you, go for a better one. No, he won't say that. He will simply give whatever he asks and he will go. Like that. 60 ఏళ్ళు తపస్సు చేసినప్పటికి కూడా he didn't know what he wants. చూడండి, త్రేతాయుగంలో విశ్వామిత్రుడు లాంటి ఋషి కూడా జన్మని సమయాన్ని వేస్ట్ చేయాల్సి వచ్చింది. వాట్ టు స్పీక్ అప్ పీపుల్ లైక్ యాజ్ ఇన్ కలియుగ. వీఆర్ ఆల్సో వేస్టింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. అఫ్ కోర్స్ వాళ్ళు వేస్ట్ చేయడంలో 100,000 years ఉందా, 10,000 years వాళ్ళు బతికే వాళ్ళకి ఓకే, అంతో ఎంతో అటు పోయినా పర్వాలే. మరి మనకి not even 100 years, but we are wasting a lot of time.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ, ధన్యవాద ప్రణామం ప్రభుజీ. ప్రభుజీ, జనరల్ గా ఋషులు వాళ్ళందరూ పరమాత్మ మీద మెడిటేట్ చేస్తారని కాదా ప్రభుజీ?
జనరల్ గా వాళ్ళు చేయాలి, యోగులు పరమాత్మ చేయాలి. కానీ అందరూ అలాగే చేయాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదు, రైట్? whoever is interested to go back, పరమాత్మ మెడిటేట్. బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ పీపుల్ కింగ్లు వీళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు? శివుని మెడిటేషన్, శివుని ప్రసన్నం చేసుకోవడానికి మెడిటేషన్ చేస్తారు. శివ వస్తాడు, వెళ్ళిపోతారు. వాళ్ళు వేరు, వాళ్ళు బ్రహ్మవాదులు అంటారు. బ్రహ్మవాదులు ఏం చేస్తారు? పరమాత్మ మెడిటేషన్ చేస్తారు. పరమాత్మ రియలైజేషన్ వస్తుంది వాళ్ళకి, ఓకే, చూస్తారు. వాళ్ళు అల్టిమేట్లీ పాయింట్ ఏంటి అక్కడ వాళ్ళకి? ఆన్ ద వే దే విల్ గెట్ మిస్టిక్ పవర్స్. జస్ట్ లైక్ విశ్వామిత్ర మిస్టిక్ పవర్స్ వచ్చాయి. ఏం చేస్తారు ఆయన? స్వర్గాన్ని సృష్టించాలి, అదొక మిస్టిక్ పవర్. అది సిద్ధి, అది తప్పు సిద్ధి, అది సిద్ధి వస్తుంది. ఈ సిద్ధుల వల్ల డిస్ట్రాక్ట్ అయిపోయి వెళ్ళిపోతారు, పక్క వెళ్ళిపోతారు. అంటే దే డోంట్ రీచ్, వెరీ ఫ్యూ.
But if they meditate on Paramatma, at least they'll get some benefit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. Paramatma realization వస్తుంది. Yeah. Then next level. Ultimately, see, point మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్టుగా, ultimately they have to surrender to Krishna. వాళ్ళు ఏమనగా స్వర్గాన్ని సృష్టించే లెవెల్కి వచ్చినా కూడా, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ సరెండర్ టు కృష్ణ, yes, you have to undergo so many things like విశ్వామిత్ర. ఆయనకి ఏంది? సృష్టికి ప్రతి సృష్టి చేస్తున్నాడు ఆయన. స్వర్గాన్ని సృష్టించాడు, బట్ he cannot control himself. What is the use? Right? అలాగనమాట.
కోపం అనేది ఆపుకోలేకపోయాడు.
కోపం తగ్గలేదు, కామం తగ్గలేదు, ఏది తగ్గలే. అంత తపస్సు చేసినా ఏది తగ్గల, బట్ తపస్సు అయితే చేస్తున్నాడు. సో అంటే మనకు అర్థం కావాల్సింది వీటన్నింటి ద్వారా ఏంటంటే, ఇది కాదు మనం చేయాల్సింది, రైట్? ఇందులోంచి ఎలా బయటపడాలనేది ఆలోచించాలి. యా, ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్ ఆన్సర్ అన్న. ఇంకా
హరే కృష్ణ రోజు, ధన్యవాద ప్రణవ్ రోజు.
హరే
చాలా బాగా కంక్లూడ్ చేశారు రోజు. ఐ వాజ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ దిస్. అప్పుడైనా ప్రభుజీ 10,000 సంవత్సరాలు ఉన్నా ఆయన ఏమి కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోలేకపోయారు కదా ప్రభుజీ. సో రిజల్ట్ ఇస్ లైక్ దట్ ఓన్లీ బ్రోజ్. ఇప్పుడైనా మీరు అన్నట్టు టైం స్పాన్ డిఫరెన్స్ మనకి వాళ్ళకినండి. 10,000 ఏళ్ళు,
అంతే.
మనకు 100 ఏళ్ళు కూడా లేదు కదా బ్రోజ్ ఇప్పుడు మనకి.
యా యా
సో మీరు చెప్పినట్టు ఆ యుగ ధర్మ వీ హావ్ టు సీరియస్లీ ఐ థింక్ ఫాలో ప్రభుపాద వాట్ ఈ సెడ్ బ్రోజ్. హరే కృష్ణ మహానంద తప్ప మనకి వేరే షెల్టర్ ఏమీ లేదు బ్రోజ్ నాకు తెలిసి. మనం ఇంకా మిగతా అవన్నీ కాంబినేషన్స్ గురించి ఆలోచించట్లేదు బ్రోజ్. ఓన్లీ వన్ థింగ్ వీ హావ్ టు బ్లైండ్లీ ఫాలో ప్రభుపాద ప్రిన్సిపల్, అంతే అండి. మనం వెళ్ళి అదేంటి జరిగింది ఇదేంటి జరిగింది అనుకుంటే ఇంకా దానికి మళ్ళీ మనకేం ఎండ్ ఉండదు రోజు.
యా అఫ్ కోర్స్ బికాజ్ యూ కెన్ డిస్కస్ yes బట్ టైం వేస్ట్ కార్యక్రమం ఎందుకు అనవసరంగా. ఇంకో విషయం ఏంటంటే
అవును రోజు మనకి కలియుగంలో ఏం కావాలో మనకు తెలుసు కదా రోజు. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పారు అంత క్లియర్ కట్ క్రిస్టల్ క్లియర్ గా చెప్పేశారు కదా ప్రభుపాద అని.
ఎస్ ఇంకొక పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే
ఎస్ ప్రభు.
మనకి ప్రూఫ్ ఉంది.
ఎస్ ప్రభు.
మనం చేస్తున్న దాని మీద ప్రూఫ్ ఉంది. ఊరికే మనం గాల్లో మళ్ళీ కట్టట్లే. మనలో మనకే ఇతరులను చూసి అంటే మనం ఫాలో అవుతున్నటువంటి పద్ధతి ఏదైతే ఉందో దట్ ఈస్ గివింగ్ రిజల్ట్స్, విజిబుల్ రిజల్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి మనకి. కాబట్టి అది నమ్మేసి ఇంకా మన ఎఫర్ట్ పెట్టాలి అంతే. అంతగా మళ్ళీ ఇంకా నేను రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తానంటే ఎస్ దర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ రాంగ్ ఇన్ డూయింగ్ రీసెర్చ్, బట్ ఆల్ ద రీసెర్చ్ ఇస్ డన్. ఆ విధంగా ఓకే. యా
హరే కృష్ణ అనంత.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
యు ఆర్ బ్యాక్ అగైన్ అండ్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు టేక్ ఆల్ ద 9 క్లాసెస్. ఇటు నుంచి 9 రోజులు నువ్వు తీసుకుంటావా?
నో ప్రభుజీ, 3-4 క్లాసెస్ మేబీ.
3-4 క్లాసెస్. చాలా బాగా చెప్పావమ్మా. ఇంకా ఇంకా మిగతా సెషన్స్ కూడా బాగా చెప్పాయి. నో ప్రాబ్లం. నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు చెప్తే ముందు మెసేజ్ పెడితే కూర్చొని ఉంటాం.
ఓకే
సో యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ వెరీ వెల్ యాజ్ యూజువల్. అండ్
ఎవరి పని పట్టుకోకుండా
బాగా చెప్పావమ్మా. కీప్ ఇట్
థ్యాంక్
అప్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ, దండవత్ ప్రణామ్.
హరే కృష్ణమా.
హరి అనంత ఇంకా ప్రసాద్ ప్రభుజీ మాట్లాడింది అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒక పాయింట్ ప్రభుజీ. అనంత హరే కృష్ణ చాలా బాగా చెప్పావు నాన్న నువ్వు. అసలు మేమైతే నేను యాక్చువల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే స్లైడ్స్ చూడలేదు, వింటూ ఉన్నాను కొంచెం పనిలో ఉండి. బట్ ఐ అగైన్ వాచ్ ఇట్. స్లైడ్స్ తోటి మళ్ళీ నేను చూస్తూ వింటాను. అయితే వండర్ఫుల్ క్లాస్. అయితే ఆన్సర్స్ కూడా చెప్పినవి అసలు నిజంగా ఏజ్ కి చదివింది ఎంత డెప్త్ లో అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకుంటూ చెప్పావా అనేది కూడా అర్థమవుతుంది. ప్రతి క్వశ్చన్ కి ఆన్సర్ చేయటం. ప్రసాద్ ప్రభుజీ, అన్నదాని ప్రభుజీ ఒక ఇది ఏంటంటే సెన్సెస్ ని మనం ఆటోమేటిక్ గా కంట్రోల్ క్లెన్స్. ఇప్పుడు అనంత చెప్పినట్టు మనం ఎంతో ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నాం చాంటింగ్ చేస్తూ, వేరే థాట్స్ రాకుండా చాంటింగ్ ఓన్లీ టు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ గాడ్. వీ హ్యావ్ బీన్ ట్రయింగ్ కదా ప్రభుజీ. దట్స్ హ్యాపెనింగ్. సో మనకే ఇలా చేస్తున్నాం అంటే నేను అనుకోవడం వాళ్ళు కూడా ఋషులు మునులు హూఎవర్ అది చేసినప్పుడు కొంతమంది డిజైర్స్ తోటి, కొంతమంది భగవంతుడి కోసం చేసిన వాళ్ళు ఉండుండొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు ఈయనైతే కోరికలతోటే మనకు తెలుసు, విశ్వామిత్రుడు గాని రావణుడు వీళ్ళు. కానీ చాలా మంది ఇలా చేసిన వాళ్ళు కూడా ఉండుంటారు ప్రభుజీ, మనకు తెలియకపోవచ్చేమో. పరమాత్మ మీద చేసేవాళ్ళు కదా ప్రభుజీ. మనం సెన్సెస్ ని ఎలా కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవాలి, క్లీన్ చేసుకోవాలి మనం అని ఒక రకంగా చాంటింగ్ అవుతుంది మనకి. థాట్స్ వచ్చేది అందుకే కదా ప్రభుజీ. మనకి ఇంకా ఉన్నాయే, మనకి వేరే వాటి మీద పోతుంది ధ్యాస. అంటే అది ఉన్నట్టే కోరికలో ఏవో ఇంకా ఆలోచనలు, ఇంకా మన రిలేషన్షిప్స్ అని బట్టి వాట్ ఎవర్ మన చాంటింగ్. సో అవి లేకుండా మనం ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం. ఎట్లా అంటే టు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ గాడ్. ఆ సింబల్స్ కానీ మొన్న మాతాజీ చెప్పినట్టు ఆయన రూపం మీద కానీ ధ్యానం చేస్తూ చేయటానికి వీఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ టు మెడిటేట్ వైల్ చాంటింగ్. ఈయన కూడా కోరికలతో చేశాడని అయితే మనకి అది తప్పు అని ఒక లెసన్. ఇట్స్ ఎ లెసన్ ఫర్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ అస్ కదా ప్రభుజీ.
లెసన్ ఫర్ us. అండ్ yes మీరు అన్నట్టుగా ఆ సమయంలో కూడా శుద్ధ భక్తులు ఉన్నారు. చేశారు
వాళ్ళు ముందే బ్రహ్మర్షులు అయిపోయారు. ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక మాతాజీ అన్నట్టు ఆ పదవి కోసం ఈయన చేసి ఉండొచ్చు. నాకు విన్నట్టు గుర్తు ప్రభుజీ, మాతాజీ చెప్పినట్టు అది. కానీ రాజర్షి లాగే ఉన్నాడు కాబట్టి ఆయన ప్రయత్నం చేసి వశిష్ఠుడి మీద పగతోటి చేశాడు అని 60,000 సంవత్సరాలు మనము విన్నాం. అయితే ఆయన చివరికి కూడా ఫెయిల్ అయ్యాడు మళ్ళీ. అవి భగవంతుడే అతనికి ఇంకా సెన్సెస్ కంట్రోల్ అవ్వలేదనేది ఈ ట్రై టు ప్రూవ్ ఇట్ అంతే. ఆవిడ్ని పంపించి మేనకని అదంతా కదా ప్రభుజీ. అదే మనం త్రిశంకు స్వర్గం ఇవన్నీ విన్నాము ఇది వరకు. అది అంటే ఇంకా మనం కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవాలి సెన్సెస్ అనేది. మనకి ఇది టోటల్లీ కంట్రోల్ అయితేనే భగవంతుడు మనకి ఆ గోలోకంకి వెళ్ళడానికి మనం ఎలిజిబుల్ అంతే. చాలా బాగుంది ప్రభుజీ, మనంతా చెప్పడం చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు ప్రభుజీ. హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ. కాలంలో వాళ్ళు ఈ త్రేతాయుగంలోని ద్వాపరయుగంలో కూడా ఇప్పుడు రావణాసుడు అవనివ్వండి, జయద్రథుడు అవనివ్వండి, వీళ్ళందరూ కోరికలతో, విశ్వామిత్రుడు అవనండి, కోరికలతో చేసినప్పుడు ఈశ్వరుడు గాని బ్రహ్మదేవుడు గాని వారి యొక్క కోరికలను తీర్చడం జరిగింది. వారు ఇచ్చిన కోరికలు అనాలోచితం అని తెలిసినా కూడా, వారు ఇచ్చినా కూడా విష్ణుమూర్తి వాటిని కవర్ చేస్తూ మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళందరినీ సంహరించడానికి కానీ, వారి యొక్క ఇదిని చేయడానికి కానీ మళ్ళీ అవతారాలు ఎత్తి చేయవలసిన అవసరం వచ్చింది అనుకుంటున్నాను ప్రభుజీ. నేను
అర్థం కాదు మళ్ళీ అంటే వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ చివరిలో ఏమన్నారు, వాళ్ళు భగవంతుడు వాళ్ళ కోరికలు ఇచ్చాడు,
రావణాసుడికి వరాలు ఇచ్చారండి ఆయన.
అవును.
మళ్ళీ రావణాసుడిని చంపడానికి విష్ణుమూర్తి ఆ యొక్క ఇప్పుడు అలాగే భస్మాసురుడు ఇలా ఇంచుమించు అసురులకి అందరికి కూడా వరాలు ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ వరాల యొక్క ఫలితం వాళ్ళు తెలిసినా గాని వాళ్ళ యొక్క భక్తికి లోబడి వీళ్ళు వరాలు ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. వాళ్ళ యొక్క నెక్స్ట్ వరాల వల్ల వచ్చిన కష్ట నష్టాలని దేవతలు గాని మిగతా మానవులు గాని అనుభవిస్తున్నప్పుడు వారిని సంహరించడానికి విష్ణుమూర్తి ఈ అవతారాలన్నీ ఎత్తి మళ్ళీ అవన్నీ సరిదిద్దవలసి వచ్చిన.
కరెక్ట్, అది అంతే కదా. మరి దేవతలందరూ ఇలా వరాలు ఇస్తూ వెళ్తుంటారు, ఆయన భగవంతుడు మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళని సంహరించడానికి రావాలి,
అవతారాలు ఇస్తూ
మళ్ళీ చేయాలి. ఆయన పని.
అయితే ఈ దేవతలకు వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఏంటంటే వారిని సంతృప్తి పరచగలిగితే వారి చేసిన తపస్సుకి వీటికి వీళ్ళు తప్పనిసరిగా వరాలు ఇవ్వాల్సిన పరిస్థితి వచ్చేది వాళ్ళకి.
అంతే, ఇవ్వాల్సిందే. వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సింది వీళ్ళు చేస్తే వీళ్ళకి కావాల్సింది వాళ్ళు ఇవ్వాల్సిందే. దట్స్ బిజినెస్ అనమాట. అలా షాప్కి వెళ్ళి 100 రూపాయలు ఇచ్చి 100 రూపాయల విలువైంది ఏమేమని ఇవ్వాల్సిందే. షాప్ వాడు నేను ఇవ్వను అనడానికి లేదు,
అతని దగ్గర షాప్ అతని దగ్గర ఉంటే
ఇవ్వాల్సిందే అలాగనమాట. సో కాబట్టి దేవతలకి వీళ్ళకి ఇది. భగవంతుడు వస్తే అలా కాదు, ఆయన అల్టిమేట్ వెల్ విషర్ కాబట్టి ఏది మంచిదో అదే ఇస్తాడు.
దేవతలకి ఎవరికి మంచిది ఏది జరగాలి అన్నది ఆయన మళ్ళీ మోహిని అవతారం ఎత్తినా ఏది ఎత్తినా అసలు ఆయన అవతారాలన్నీ కూడా అందరూ చేసిన వాటిని సరిదిద్దుతూ చేస్తూనే చేస్తున్నారు ఆయన. అవతారంలో వచ్చినా కూడా ఎంతమంది అసురుని చంపి ఎంతమందిని అందరినీ చంపినా అన్ని కూడా ఆయన చేసిన అవతారాల లీలన్నీ కూడా జగత్ కళ్యాణం జరగాలి, ధర్మం రక్షించబడాలి, పునఃస్థాపితం జరగాలి అన్నట్టుగానే అన్ని చేయించుకొచ్చారు. అందువల్ల అల్టిమేట్ ఆయన కిందే వస్తుంది ప్రభు. తప్పుంటే క్షమించండి ప్రభుజీ.
రైట్ అమ్మా, కరెక్టే అడిగింది. గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్, గుడ్ ఆన్సర్. హరే కృష్ణ. ఓకే, ఇంకా ఎనీథింగ్? Yep, so we'll stop here, and thanks Anantha. Please continue the journey.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
And we'll end it here. No more questions. Hare Krishna. Randraj Srimad Ramayanam ki jai, Valmiki Maharishi ki jai, Anantha Prabhu ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande.